If you guys did follow me on Twitter, I posted this picture a few hours ago. I fell down in the toilet. Alright, I injured my hand. You can see there's internal bleeding inside the left finger, right? I think that was just internal bleeding, you cannot get it out, right? Show the beetle on stream, I will, don't worry about it, right? So, couple of things happen, okay? Very, very complicated stuff. Long story. Very, very long story, so you guys better prepare the popcorn, right? This is going to be like a very long-ass creepy story. You don't use X, that's fine, right? I'm just explaining for people that do, right? Because some people do follow me there. I fell down in the toilet? Yes, I did fall down in the toilet. So, for those of you who are wondering, I did get the anti-slip mat, alright? But it's very complicated because you cannot anti-slip mat your entire toilet. That's just how it is. So this is how my toilet is shaped, right? I'm just gonna briefly draw a diagram so people can understand how it's like. So this is, you guys are aware, right? It's going to be like a rectangle like most toilets are. So this section is going to be your shower section, alright? You got the showering section. And then this is going to be where the toilet bowl is. Alright? So this area is the shower. Shower head. Okay, let me see if I can draw it better, right? At least this is my toilet's diagram. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same for everyone, right? I guess everyone is going to be a little bit different. But obviously, the best place to put the toilet mat, okay? So this is the shower, right? I'm just gonna put here. So this is shower area. Alright, this is toilet bowl. And then this is the sink, right? Obviously, we have the sink right here. At least in most housing area, this is how it look like. The sink is going to be, let me grab the square, somewhere here, right? This is the sink area. Actually, I draw this a little bit too big, but you get a little bit too, yeah, it's a little bit too big. But you get the idea, right? So this is the sink. So usually when I come in, this is the door, right? Obviously the door will be here. Door is going to be here. Alright, everybody knows. You go in from this area. Boom. You go in here. If I just want to brush my teeth, I just come here. This is a toilet bowl. Actually, there's not that much gap between this. It's actually way smaller, right? Is this the toilet sleeping drama? Yes, it is. Ask AI Surin to draw. So you guys know how it is. So if you were to get a anti-slip mat, where would you put? Where would you guys put? By the way, there's an elevated or there's a divider somewhere right here on the floor. Alright, it is going to be like a divider. So this part you gotta like, it's not completely flat. So there's one like elevated height stuff between here and here, right? So where would you guys put the anti-slip mat? Near the sink area? Near the sink. Okay, logically you want to put either here. A lot of people either put here, right? I think the correct way to do it is like you put it. So here's the thing, right? In my house, actually outside here, I put a mat right here, right outside. So whenever here is wet, whenever I go out from the toilet, I will be able to wipe my legs on this mat right here, right? Obviously, it makes a lot of sense, right? So I actually put the anti-slip mat here. So this is where I put the anti-slip mat. Because usually over here is this area is the wet area. Usually whenever I take shower, this is going to be wet. Okay, this is always going to be wet. And then this area is usually very dry. Very, very dry. Alright? So that's just how it is, right? So this is how I put it. I put it right here. But this whole area, usually, alright, most of the time, 90% of the time, you don't really need anti-slip mat here because this is usually very dry. The part that is very wet is here. Alright, this is where you shower. I never like, I'm not a barbarian, right? I don't go and spill all over the sink and put it up, right? So it's going to be usually kind of the case. Today, however, there was an exception. Alright, a little bit of a different exception. So for the past couple of days, I think for the last, I would say 3 to 4 days, things have been a little bit weird in my house, alright? It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit creepy, okay? So I don't believe in ghosts, alright? I don't. But every time after I finish streaming, I go out from this room, alright? I walk to the kitchen. I walk to either to the kitchen or to the toilet. Sometimes I would hear faint sound somewhere in my living room. I would hear like, it'll be like a plastic sound, right? It'll be like that. It'll be like that, right? It's quite loud actually. So sometimes when you walk by, you just walk past by to just take water to the kitchen, right? You will occasionally hear this sound. Like that. So, very creepy, right? But I live alone. I live alone. So how can there be something else in the house? So it wouldn't make sense, right? So I do, however, I do kind of live near a playground. So for the first couple of days I heard that, I was like, okay, that's just my imagination. Okay, it's not really just my imagination, but I thought maybe it's like some kids playing down in the playground, but then it's usually like I hear that sometimes like 3 or 2 in the morning, right? So no way, right? So you would just hear that sound sometimes, all right? You would just walk by the toilet, walk by the kitchen, you would hear the sound occasionally. So it's going to be, it's very interesting, right? So you walk by, you hear this sound, so you're like, what is this sound that I'm hearing? Okay? So, and then, yesterday, I finally found the culprit. Okay, I found the culprit. This thing is the one making the noise, right? It's this thing right here. Okay? I don't know what insect this is, but this is some sort of a pretty big beetle. So, I didn't know this thing could make such a loud noise, because it's like, the sound that thing makes almost could be like a huge animal. It could be either a rat or a cat. But then I found out it's actually this thing. This is the culprit for the last couple of days. Okay? Now yesterday, I actually saw this guy. I actually heard the noise. I turned on the lights, I investigate, and I found this guy moving around on my clothes, right? It's on my clothes hanger. So this is the culprit. This is the guy that's been making that sound. This is a cricket? I don't think this is a cricket, man. I don't think this is a cricket. So here's the thing, right? Today, I saw him in the toilet. Okay, it's time. It's time to do a little bit of video for Guitar Rock Insects. By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to Guitar Rock Insects, make sure you guys subscribe, alright? I did upload the new Guitar Rock Insects video, didn't I? Let me double check. Guitar Rock Insects. I saw him in the toilet, so I figured, okay, this is going to be a good opportunity, right? Good opportunity to get him or try to like trap him up. I did upload this video. It can be a bit creepy. If you think the spiders are creepy for you, you shouldn't watch this, right? But this one is the recent one, all right, the most recent one. Okay. So, anyways, I found out this guy. This is the guy. All right, this is the guy. I found him in the toilet. I was trying to catch him. So I take the McDonald's cup. I don't know if you guys know, the McDonald's cup is like invisible, right? You can see through those plastic cups. So I just try to like cover him up. But in the process, he was moving around extremely fast. Very fast. Supersonic speed. In the process, I fell down in the toilet. Okay? Good news is, I caught him. He's right now under the cup. Bad news is, I did fall in the toilet. And I sustained some sort of injury. On my left, I landed on my left side of the arm. Until now, it's still a bit numb. I could barely lift my arm up. Alright? It is, this is a big insect. It is pretty big. It's pretty big, alright? So, let's see. I wonder if I've recovered. I think I'm still on the process of recovering. I could barely hold my phone correctly. Alright, so give me a moment. But let's see if there's any like serious injury, right? As far as I know, there shouldn't be anything crazy. Okay, let's see if I can show you guys, right? I did have the... Okay, is this thing working? Ooh. Okay, can you guys see it? Okay, the injury is still there, alright? And this part, right? I mean, that one, the blood already dried up, so who cares, right? But it's mostly just, I landed on this finger right here. The pinky finger. So it happened a few hours ago, so you can see it's still fresh. But I think eventually it's gonna dry up and it's going to be like, it's probably going to be like purplish or blackish. I think that's how these things usually work. But that's pretty much the drama, man. That's pretty much the drama. Luckily, I could still stream. If not, if the injury was even worse, I'll have to go to the hospital. Lost an arm for this thing. Yeah, this thing, don't mess around with this thing, alright? This thing is crazy, man. This thing is crazy. Show both pinkies. I can't. I need to, one hand I need to hold the phone. That's just how it is, right? So that's pretty much what happens. Alright? That's pretty much. Beetle lost the battle but won the war. That's how it is, right? Sometimes the Beetle wins. Sometimes the Beetle wins.